What's up? I'm Garrett, and my parents adopted me from a poor farm in Sri Lanka, and now living a millionaire life because of my politician parents. Honestly, living rich isn't my thing, but keep that between us. I appreciate everything my parents have done for me, yet I've noticed that wealthy folks tend to boss others around over the most ridiculous stuff.
I asked for a gold-plated toilet seat, not this regular one. What are you, stupid?
Mom, who cares? It's just a toilet seat. No one's going to rate our bathroom on the luxury loo leaderboard. I ended up spending all my free time strumming on my guitar with my best friend in the entire world, John.
Time for the next gig. You in?
Met John during a tryout for a local band, and we've been tight ever since. We made it into the band and began performing at local charity events. It was amazing to see how happy we could make people. One day, while we were playing at a soup kitchen, I noticed a disturbance. A bully was harassing one of the most beautiful girls I'd ever seen.
I found twigs in the soup you made. I want my money back.
It's free, and I saw you put those in there.
I was about to step in when the girl poured soup all over the bully's head. Security came and threw her out. I quickly ran outside to let her know how awesome that was. But she had already disappeared. But when I got back to John's, he had the biggest smirk on his face.
Do you remember that cute girl who souped that bully?
Duh!
Well, her name's Sunny, and I asked her out, so she's kind of my girlfriend now.
I felt like a giant rock had been stuck in my throat. But you guys, what was I supposed to do? There's a bro code. That's awesome, John. But as they started dating, I started to see less and less of John. And whenever we did hang out, all he would ever talk about was Sunny.
You know, Sunny supports her entire family. She has like 17 jobs.
Wow, the next day my parents had a huge surprise in store for me. A pretty girl was spinning around in my kitchen, batting her eyelashes in slow motion. Honestly, it was a little ridiculous.
Hello, I'm Olivia.
I'm Garrett, and why are you here?
Well, son, it's your 18th birthday and your present is Olivia. She's gonna be your wife.
What?
Did you really think we'd leave your matchmaking up to fate?
But your mother and I were in an arranged marriage. Look how happy we are.
I was definitely not convinced.
Olivia's living with us until the wedding. You'll have plenty of time to get to know her.
I tried it first for my parents' sake, but everything about Olivia rubbed me the wrong way. Every time she opened her mouth, I felt like some brain cells had died. One time we traveled to the village where I was born.
Ew, I could never be that poor. How sad and pathetic.
That really made me want to slap on her stupid face. Garrett, remember, you're a gentleman! I needed out of this. A life with Olivia would be a life tied to the very type of person I hated most, so I decided to run away. As I was climbing out of my window, John pulled up to my house. How could I forget? We were supposed to practice together.
Bro, what are you doing?
My parents want me to marry this total snozberry. I'm running away.
What? Garrett, you can't give your life up.
I don't have any other choice. I couldn't bring myself to say no to my parents or break their hearts, so it's either run away or marry her. Besides, it's not like I have any other romantic leads. But then John looked at me with this sparkle in his eye.
What if? You hired a fake fiancé and told your parents you're already getting married?
I burst out laughing. Yeah, right. Would anyone actually be interested? I mean, it's a little pathetic.
Sunny could do it.
You mean your girlfriend?
Yeah, she's desperate for money. Let me ask.
And then he started texting her. Wait, John, isn't that weird? She's your girlfriend.
She said she's in, and who cares? Dude, it's just pretending. Besides, I trust you more than anyone.
I mean, it's not like I really had any other options. Luckily, my parents went on a business trip, so at least that bought me some time. The next day, I met up with Sunny and got up to pull her chair out, but she kicked it back in.
One thing straight, this is just a job.
Geez, I was just trying to be polite.
I love John.
So do I. But don't you feel weird that he's passing you off to me like you're some loaner car?
I would advise you to shut your face hole before I shut it for you.
Well, you better get an attitude transplant if you're going to be a convincing fiancé, otherwise this won't work. She looked at me with this mischievous smirk.
You don't have to question my believability. Trust me.
The next day, I invited Sunny to my school's potluck. I went to the bathroom for 2 seconds, and when I came back, I saw Sunny had entered the green chili eating contest. As Sunny shoveled chilies down her throat, she glared at me with cold hatred. And then, to my shock, she told everyone.
My fiancé holds the green chili eating world record.
Before I knew it, tears were streaming from our eyes as we ate chili after chili. Remind me to bathe in milk later. After Sunny won, I dragged her away from everyone. What are you doing?
Just having some fun with my fiance.
I'm gonna be in the bathroom for a week straight now because of you. But if that's what you want, I'll give it to you and eat until you're happy.
No, stop.
Suddenly, Olivia appeared out of nowhere.
Wow. Garrett, that is pretty impressive. My parents love spicy food. They're going to be so happy when they find out you can handle it.
And then she kissed me on the cheek and ran off. I wanted to flip a table.
What was that about?
You need to start playing by my rules, Sonny, or you can kiss your money goodbye.
I do one thing you don't like, and this is how you act. You're exactly who I thought you were. You're a rich, arrogant jerk.
I walked outside to blow off steam, literally. But I realized I got why she thought I was that way. I mean, rich people, they're the worst. I had to show her that I wasn't like that. I went back inside, but Sonny was nowhere to be found. I started to get worried, so I called John.
Did you seriously lose my girlfriend? Dude, I'm on my way.
Then I heard someone crying in the girls' bathroom. I took a chance. Sonny, it's Garrett. I wanted to apologize. She unlocked the door, but when she opened it, I was shocked to see Sonny was covered in Jell-O. What happened?
That girl who kissed you on the cheek threw a whole Jell-O cake in my face.
Olivia. So maybe she was starting to get the message. I was almost a little excited when...
I look like a sea monster.
Here, let me help. I washed Sonny's hair in the sink and gave her my sweatshirt so she'd have clean clothes.
Why are you being so nice to me?
Because this is all my fault. Olivia attacked you because of me, and then I told her everything about the arranged marriage and Olivia. I'm sorry, Sonny, for all of this. This was stupid.
No, it's not. I was wrong about you. Just give me one more chance. I'll be the perfect fake fiancé.
And then she hugged me so tight that my heart started beating fast. But just then, the door swung open and...
What do you think you're doing?
No, and John, it's not what it looks like.
Wait in the car, Sonny!
John!
Now!
I didn't like the way he was talking to her. He was acting so controlling. John came for me, his nostrils literally flaring.
What gives, man? She's still my girlfriend.
Woo, dude, relax. This was your idea. Sonny and I are just...
Stop! Man, I see the way you look at her.
What? No, the bro code. I would never.
Whatever. Just finish this up as soon as possible.
I can't believe he was really gonna let a girl get between us after all we'd been through. The next day, I woke up and was surprised to see Sonny sitting at the edge of my bed.
I have a surprise for you.
Then she put a blindfold around me and put me in the driver's seat. I had no idea what was going on, but I've always been a sucker for surprises. And the next thing I knew, we were in the mountains. We climbed the whole thing. But what shocked me is that the longer we hiked, the more I actually started to love it. For the first time, I could drop everything and I could just be me. We took a picture together at the top, and Sonny put her arms around me. I blushed so hard. Maybe John was right. Maybe I was starting to catch feelings for Sonny, and it was magical.
Doesn't this feel like a scene from a movie, Garrett?
Yeah, of course. And when I got home that night, Olivia waiting for me.
You better be free tomorrow night.
Hello to you too.
My parents are coming for dinner to meet you. Our wedding's happening. Garrett, can you believe it?
I called Sonny immediately.
Why don't I just come to the dinner and they can see for themselves that you're taken?
Gosh, women are smart. If anything had a shot, it was that the next day, Sonny arrived at my house. She looked incredible. You look beautiful, all.
Thanks. Too bad tonight's our last night doing this. It's actually been fun.
But before I could confess my true feelings, John stepped out from behind her.
I thought you might need a little chaperoning to make sure you don't fail miserably, Garrett.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. When we got inside, Olivia and her parents were already there. It was now or never.
I said for just you to come.
Olivia, this is my best man, John. This is Sonny, my fiancé. I wished I could bottle the look of disgust on Olivia's face for the rest of eternity. I was waiting for her to explode, but she simply said,
Okay, then prove it. Kiss her?
"What?"
If she's really your fiancé, it shouldn't be hard.
I looked at John, who was fuming, but I had no other choice. Sonny gave me a nod of approval. I leaned in and kissed her, and the world seemed to stop.
Crash!
We broke the kiss and swirled around to see that John had just smashed a vase and stormed off. John, wait!
What happened to the bro code?
What was I supposed to do? You're the one who told me to do this.
Uh-huh, I knew you were lying.
Kevin and I both turned to see that Olivia, her parents, and Sonny had followed us and overheard everything.
Nice try, Garrett, but I knew you'd never date low-life trash like Sonny. You're marrying me whether you like it or not.
Can you really blame him for wanting to leave? You've got the ugliest personality ever.
This was getting out of hand. They were literally pulling each other's hair, so I stepped in the middle of them. "Girls, Sunny, stop!" And she felt bad the way I screamed, so she dashed away. Things couldn't end like this between us, though. Her family was struggling, and I had to do what was right. So I followed her. "Sunny, wait! Take this! I wrote her a check for $3 million.
Garrett, you shouldn't have to do this, any of this. Just be honest with your parents about Olivia. Maybe they'll understand.
She was right, but I was still afraid of disappointing my folks. "Just take the money now, you can take care of your family."
What?
But she just stared at me blankly. "That's why you took the job?"
No, I took the job for John. I agreed to do it, and I give the money to his sick mom.
"What? But John's mom isn't sick. Last week she ran the marathon." Just then we saw John with Olivia. He even had his arm around her. "John, you lied to us. All this time you wanted my money for yourself." John turned around with an evil look in his eyes.
You don't even do anything with it. I deserve to have a little. Come on, Sunny, let's go.
I'm not going anywhere with you. You lied to me too. We're over.
Are you happy now? Garrett, you've ruined my life.
"Don't be so dramatic. John."
Consider our friendship over.
And then he went away. He was never a true friend to begin with if he was only after my money. Sunny called a cab, but there was really nothing to say, except, "I'm sorry for how this all turned out."
Me too.
I wanted to kiss her so badly, but before I even got the chance, Olivia had a tentacle around me. I guess that was that. My parents came back, and I went along with wedding planning. I felt like a total ghost. I droned out Olivia's non-stop, talking with thoughts of Sunny. I should have told her how I felt. I even texted her on the day of the wedding, telling her that it was happening, maybe in hopes she'd want to pull a big romantic gesture. But when the time came and Olivia was walking down the aisle, Sunny was nowhere to be found. The priest started officiating when I heard a familiar voice call out,
Stop the wedding!
Everyone turned and gasped. To my shock, it was John. "John, what are you doing here?"
Olivia, I love you. Let's run away from here. You want me to confess it in front of the whole world? So here I am.
What? But then Olivia ran over to John and started kissing him. I guess there was a lot more to that casual arm around her that night at dinner.
The wedding's off!
As they ran away together, I couldn't help but laugh. And then I was in for the shock of the century when my parents came up to me.
Son, I'm sorry we forced this upon you.
We never should have. We were wrong. Olivia is clearly not good enough for you. We made a mistake with her and just want you to be happy from now on. We've agreed. You choose who you love.
And they hugged me tightly and went to the guests. What just happened?
It looks like someone just got there. Happily ever after.
I turned around, shocked to see the priest removed his beard and hat. It was Sunny.
You seriously thought I'd miss watching this train wreck?
Sunny, I'm so sorry. Look, I know this sounds crazy, but although we were just pretending, I actually fell in love with you.
I know, silly. Why else do you think I'm here? I feel the same way.
How did I have no idea that was you?
I told you not to doubt my believability.
I laughed and grabbed her in my arms. What do you say? Should we make this a happy ending?
I thought you'd never ask.
Hi everyone, my name is Harper and I'm from New York. Please like and subscribe. I was born to a super rich single mom who was a successful businesswoman. She was a very hardworking lady but loved me just as much.
Hey, sweetie, what do you want for dinner tonight? After that, we can go buy your favorite doll.
But ma'am, the way to downtown is blocked off right now.
Then get the helicopter ready. Because there's no way I'm not making something special for my girl's 5th birthday. Grab anything you like.
Oh, Mommy, I love you. She was the best. But unlike her, I was kinda shy. The next morning, she even used a helicopter to take me to school on my first day. Thanks to that, I instantly became super popular. But things took a strange turn soon after. One time, when the teacher asked me to recite a poem in front of the whole class, I was already super nervous. But just then, a kid pointed at me and screamed.
Look at her face! She looks like an eggplant about to burst!
And then all the kids started pointing and laughing. I quickly ran to the washroom to check what was going on, and when I looked in the mirror, I freaked out. Ah! My face was really purple! The teacher found out and immediately called my mom, saying I had some psychological issues, so she took me to the doctor.
I'm afraid your daughter might have a rare condition that causes her face to turn really purple whenever she's nervous or excited.
No, why? I felt really sad when the doctor said there was no permanent cure, and I'd have to get used to it. Mom tried to lift my spirits, but I wasn't feeling good about myself. When we got home, I ran to the garden because I wanted to be alone. But there I saw Levi, a maid's kid struggling to climb up a tree. What are you doing here?
My ball got stuck on the tree and I can't get it back.
Give me a leg up and we can get it! But as soon as I took the first step, my foot slipped and we both fell to the ground. Embarrassed, my face turned purple. Gosh, he's about to laugh at me.
Wow, you can change colors like a superhero. You're awesome.
Oh, really? And his words gave me so much confidence. After that day, Levi and I became really close. Since Mom was mostly busy, we spent all our time playing together. I realized Levi was super smart. He even helped me with my homework. And when Mom saw this, she enrolled him at my school too. But as we grew up, the kids at school always made fun of him for being a maid's son.
Oops, my juice spilled on the floor. We need to call your mom to clean it up, Levi.
You!
I heard people say your mom's the Minister of Cleanliness and Sanitation. I'm sure she can do the job better.
And you want to clean up for his mom, huh? Jerk rich brat. How dare you?
She looked like her head was on fire, but I didn't care. I won't let anyone talk like that to my best friend on my watch. But over time, my purple disease started to bother me more. Levi would tell me not to pay so much attention to it. But he was a boy. So every time I saw a guy who was a total babe, I'd try to imagine my grandpa in a weird costume.
Ew!
And that would calm my excitement. One day, I was walking with Levi in the garden when Mom called me in, and I found her standing next to a really cute guy around our age.
Harper, this is James, my bestie's son. He's new here. Maybe later you can show him around the city.
We started talking, and he seemed like a nice guy. Levi's mom walked over with a cake and tea on the tray, and suddenly she tripped on the carpet. The glasses and cake went flying straight at James's face, who jumped up from his seat.
You stupid maid! Are you blind? Gosh, look what you've done. This shirt is worth more than your whole year's salary.
Just then, Levi walked into the room angrily, but before he could say anything, his mom signaled him to stop. She immediately apologized to James, and Mom told her to go. As James went away to change, I wish I'd said something, but I didn't want to make the room even more tense. And later, I took him out reluctantly to show him around the city. As we were walking down a street after dinner, he suddenly took my hand.
Harper, I had a great time with you today. How about we end this beautiful night with a kiss?
No, thank you.
Ah, monster, your face is purple, weirdo.
My face was all purple because I was so mad, and I slapped his stupid face so hard. This was the worst evening of my life, you moron! Stay away from me! Later that night, when I reached home, Levi was nowhere to be seen, and I knew where I'd find him. The garden. Hey, what are you doing here by yourself?
Oh, you're back from your date with that jerk. I would have punched him if Mom hadn't stopped me. By the way, did you two kiss?
Yep, of course! I slapped him right across the face when he tried to do that.
What? Did he say something to you? Are you okay?
I'm fine. And I should have slapped him earlier when he talked to your mom like that. By the way, you look cute when you're jealous.
Jealous? Who said I was jealous?
I turned towards him and he gave me a big smile. And I couldn't help but kiss him. It was my first kiss and it felt amazing. A couple of days later, I went into Mom's room to ask her something, but I found her looking really worried. What's wrong, Mom?
Hi, so honey, one of the heirloom necklaces that I wear at this fundraising event every year is missing.
What? We should call the police immediately!
I've already informed the police and I'm having the guards look into it too, honey.
The necklace had been in our family for generations, and it was freaking expensive. Mom had the security team looking into the CCTV footage, and it turned out that Levi was the one who'd entered and left Mom's room late at night. No, it couldn't be! When the guards went and searched Levi's and Mom's room, they found the necklace in one of the drawers. Levi, you stole my mom's necklace?
Harper, are you calling me a thief? How could you even think that? I didn't steal anything.
Then how do you explain this necklace here? If you needed money, you could have just—
I can't believe you turned out to be like all those other rich brats who don't trust me just because I'm poor.
What? How could you?
That's enough. The evidence speaks for itself. Harper, honey, go back to your room.
I couldn't believe he had the nerve to talk to me like that. After what he did, I stormed back to my room. I didn't want to talk to him ever again. Only my wish came true. Mom told me that evening that Levi and his mom had confessed to their crime. Since Mom had the necklace back, she called off the police, but she fired them. They were gone. Of course, Mom had to do that, but I felt devastated. The next few days, I didn't feel like doing anything except staying in bed and watching Luna Avatar videos. Mom came in and tried her best to cheer me up.
Oh, sweetie, forget about those people. Do you want to go on vacation or go shopping?
No, Mom, I'm fine. Summer break was almost over, and I decided I wasn't spending any more time moping over that loser. I was really going to focus on my studies in the last year of high school. But as soon as I entered my class, I bumped into this new girl who shouted,
Watch where you're going, moron!
"Excuse me! Watch your mouth!" First, she scanned me from top to bottom and then pushed me. I was about to push her back when I heard a familiar voice from behind.
Stay away from her!
I turned around and saw Levi walk towards me. I was certain he'd left the school. I don't need you to take my side, you thief. But he just walked past me and went up to that girl.
Are you okay, Josie?
What? The dancing ducks! He was worried about this new weirdo and not me.
Oh, Levi, she attacked me!
Shut up, she's a liar, she!
Just because you're super rich doesn't mean you can treat everyone like dirt.
What? You don't even know what happened here.
Just stay away from me and my friends.
As if I want to be close to you. And who's this friend? And what are you even doing here?
In case you forgot, I'm pretty smart and I applied for a scholarship, and I don't have to answer your questions.
He took Josie's hand and stormed off. Gosh, he really had a lot of attitude for a thief. I could feel my face turning crazy purple with anger, and I quickly ran off to the washroom to cool off. This whole year was just gonna be awful. I avoided them completely, but seeing that stupid Josie clinging to Levi all the time somehow made my blood boil. A few weeks later, our teacher announced a school trip to a fancy skiing resort, and everyone had to pay $800 for it. As the bell rang and everyone left, Levi walked up to the teacher.
Ma'am, I won't be able to go on the trip because it's my sister's wedding that weekend.
She nodded and he left. He didn't have a sister. I knew he lied because he didn't have the money to go. I caught up with the teacher as she walked out. I have a favor to ask, ma'am. Would it be okay if I paid for Levi's trip? But you can't tell him. Please tell him that the school decided to take all the kids for free. She agreed to do that. And I was so happy when I saw her talking to Levi separately the next day, and his face lit up. On the day of the trip, we were all on the school bus when I heard Levi say to Josie,
Isn't it really cool that the school made this trip free for everyone?
Free? What are you talking about? I paid $800 for it.
Yeah, we all did. What do you mean, man?
Levi looked shocked and then his eyes met mine. Oh God, he caught me.
No, I didn't mean that. I think some snacks on the trip are free.
And when we got to the resort, he immediately pulled me aside and turned to me angrily.
Why did you pay for my trip? And don't even try to deny it. I know you did it.
Okay, yeah, I did. What's the big deal?
I don't want anyone's charity, especially from someone like you.
What's that supposed to mean? Someone like me? Why are you acting like you don't know me?
I don't know you. You're not who I thought you were.
Oh, yeah, you neither. I walked past him with angry tears. Why had I even bothered? A few days later, there was a dance in school for all the high school students, and my mood instantly turned sour. Seeing Josie pull Levi onto the dance floor and wrap her arms around him, I was so annoyed that I picked a random guy and pulled him to the dance floor too. Whoa! The entire time I could see Levi glaring at me every time I inched closer to that guy. Perfect! But this guy was starting to get a little too comfy. So I pushed him away and walked out. But he followed me outside.
Come on! What's the rush, baby girl? We're not done dancing yet.
Yes, we are. Can you please back off? But he didn't, so I kicked him hard in the knee. Just then, Levi came from behind and punched him.
How dare you try to touch her, you moron!
I pulled Levi away before he could hurt him anymore, and the guy ran for his life.
You had to pick the biggest sleazeball to dance with.
What's your problem? Go cling on to your girlfriend.
She's not my girlfriend. Harper, why can't you be more responsible?
Why do you care? You've been nothing but mean to me since I got here.
Because I'm mad at you. It doesn't mean I don't care. I just can't forgive you because you called me a thief.
Yeah, because you stole my mom's necklace. I saw you on the CCTV.
CCTV? What are you talking about?
I saw you leaving my mom's room the night before on the CCTV camera. And they found the necklace in your room.
What? I went there because your mom called me to discuss your birthday surprise. I have no idea how the necklace got into my room.
What? Mom called you? So why did you confess to the crime if you were innocent?
Confess? No, we didn't. Your mom threatened to throw us in jail if we didn't leave immediately, so we did.
What? Was he telling the truth? Why did Mom do that? I had to find out the truth. When I got home, I went straight to the most trusted maid we had and asked her what really happened. She reluctantly confirmed what Levi had already told me. He and his mom had never admitted they stole the necklace and Mom had simply made them leave. I went straight to Mom's room.
Oh, honey, you're home.
How about? Is it true that you called Levi into your room the night before the necklace went missing?
What? Who said that?
And they never admitted to stealing the necklace? But you said they did. I want to know the truth. Mom, please, no more lies. The look on her face suddenly changed as she fell back into her chair.
Yes, I did. I did. All of that to keep you away from Levi. That's why I introduced you to James. But even that didn't work. When I saw you kissing Levi, I had to do something drastic. I just didn't want you to suffer like I did.
Suffer like you? What are you talking about?
Your father was the son of my dad's driver, and I was so madly in love with him. But soon after I told your dad I was pregnant with you, he ran away with all the money and jewelry in the house. I didn't want you to end up like me. These poor people are all the same.
That's so unfair. Mom, I'm sorry about what you went through. But what you did to Levi and his mom was terrible. They're good people who didn't deserve any of it. I'm not going to forgive you for that.
Harper, please don't say that. I did it because I love you, honey.
Well, you don't make people suffer when you love them. Mom! I shut myself up in my room, refusing to open the door for Mom. And the next day at school, I spotted Levi on his way to class. And I ran to him and hugged him. Oh, Levi, I'm so sorry!
Harper, what happened?
I'm just so sorry. I should have trusted you. And then I broke down and told him everything. I thought he'd be so mad, but he just hugged me.
It's okay, Harper. It's not your fault. What your mom did was awful, but maybe I'll be able to forgive her one day, and you will too. Let's put it behind us, because I've really missed you.
I've missed you too, Levi.
Let me start making up for lost time.
Hi, I'm Rain from Scotland, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe! When I was little, Mom used to tell me I was a grown-up trapped in a child's body. I was different from my twin sister Luna, a typical sand-eating Jell-O sticky kid. From the moment I started kindergarten, I'd help Mom with everything around the house. Laundry, cooking, taking out the trash.
My sweet Rain, you are what we call an old soul.
But I think I only helped Mom out because I was scared our lives would fall apart if I didn't. My dad lay around the house like a sloth all day, dreaming about becoming a famous actor.
I wasn't born to do petty jobs. I'm here to be a great actor, like Michael Jackson.
Dad, Michael Jackson was a singer.
Dad, when you become rich and famous, will you take me to Disneyland? And can I have my own castle?
My princess? I'll buy you a dozen castles.
Obviously, Luna was Dad's favorite daughter because she'd fall for all his lies. When Luna and I were in 6th grade, our parents got divorced. Dad went to the US to fulfill his acting dream. He took Luna with him while I stayed behind with Mom. Dad hardly kept in touch, and Mom and I missed Luna so much. Mom was also having trouble finding a good job. And then one day I had a brilliant idea. Mom, you make amazing cupcakes and cookies. What if you put up a stall at my school carnival next week? Mom loved the idea. And sure enough, her stall was a huge success. From that day on, Mom set up baking stands at the park. And a few years later, she started her own bakery. But she worked long hours, so I was mostly by myself in the house. When I wasn't doing household chores, I was reading or studying. I was the top of my class at school, but I didn't have many friends. On my 15th birthday, my life took a turn. Dad called us with wild news.
Luna is coming back to live with you guys. I'll send her flight details soon.
With that, he hung up without even wishing me happy birthday. But Mom was overjoyed, and so was I. It turned out Luna had been living the life of a billionaire. Dad had married a wealthy woman who lived in a palace. They were sending Luna to us on a private jet. When Luna arrived, all she could talk about was America.
I'm already missing the US so much. It's like the coolest country on the planet.
Apparently, Luna also had a filthy rich boyfriend. She was wearing tons of gold jewelry that he'd bought her.
His name is Nate, and he's a junior in high school. He's even flying in to see me soon.
If your life is so great in America, why'd you move here?
I needed some change. I thought the fresh country air would be good for my skin.
Fresh country air? We live in Glasgow, Scotland's largest city. When we reached home, Mom asked me to show Luna around. That's when she saw the trophies I'd won over the years.
OMG! I see you're still the same nerdy Rain!
If nerdy means having top grades, then yeah, I guess.
If I managed to get a C, I'd treat myself to a spa day. Studying really messes with my brain.
The next few days, all Luna did was sleep or watch dancing videos on her phone while I went to school and did all the chores. I even did her laundry, but apparently that wasn't enough for her.
Iron them for me, too. They're wrinkled.
They're wrinkled because you tossed your clothes on the floor. I was basically a 15-year-old mom raising a royal brat. When Mom enrolled Luna at my school, she instantly became popular as this cool, bubblegum chewing kid from America. Whenever I was with Luna, an army of students followed us everywhere. One time, some girls even followed us into the bathroom. She has to pee. Do you want to watch her do that too? Just then, Luna came out of the stall totally transformed. She'd knotted her shirt way up her waist, exposing her belly, and her knee-length skirt was now barely reaching her thighs.
Come on, girls! Who wants to take some pictures?
The girls queued up for a selfie with Luna. Then they gave her £1 each. What was that?
These girls wanted a photo of me when I told them that my style is the most popular style for girls in the US at the moment. And since Mom gives us peanuts for allowance, I thought this would be the cool way to make some money.
Mom does the best she can. Why do you have to complain about everything?
Why do you always have to play the perfect child? Don't you get bored?
Actually, I do. Some days I want to be just like you, lazing around the house, sleeping like a log, and acting like a jerk. This made Luna so angry that she spat out her bubblegum and was about to stick it in my hair. But I pushed her, and she went flying into one of the cubicles, landing straight into a toilet bowl. Now this is a throne perfect for a spoiled princess like you. Luna and I pretty much ignored each other after that. She spent all her time hanging out with her friends and going to parties every night. And as usual, I was all alone. But on the last day of school, I walked to Mom's bakery and found Luna sitting outside looking upset. Luna, what's wrong?
I'm a failure. A stupid, dumb failure. I flunked all my classes. I have to repeat the 9th grade.
What do you mean you have to repeat the 9th grade? How could you fail all your classes?
Don't you see I already feel horrible? Stop judging me for once.
I fell silent, and after a moment I reached down and helped her up. It's not the end of the world, Luna. Come on, let's go in and help Mom out a little. Luna and I helped Mom out all day. Luna was sweating and exhausted, but Mom was overjoyed with the work we did. She offered us both summer jobs.
You girls did so well today. And Luna, I think having a job will be good for you.
To my surprise, Luna agreed. It took her weeks to get used to working in the kitchen, but after a while, we started having lots of fun. From that day on, Luna and I spent every minute together. I was having more fun and not working as hard. Luna even invited me to her friends' parties. But a couple weeks later, Luna's boyfriend Nate flew in to visit for a few days. He arrived at our house in a limousine with a white horse trotting behind.
I got you your own horse, babe. We can ride him together.
Oh my God! He's perfect! This is so romantic!
Where are we going to keep a horse? We don't even have a stable. Luna ignored me and just walked into the house with Nate. I also found out Nate was obnoxious and bragged non-stop.
It's tough being the son of a billionaire. All the girls want is a piece of this. Someone's going to write my story one day because I'm just too special to be real.
And worst of all, Luna was totally obsessed with him. She would share a chair with him at breakfast and take selfies of them kissing every 5 seconds. I'd started thinking she wasn't all that bad, but she was back to acting as immature as ever and left me working all alone at the bakery. Then one day as I was heading out, I saw Nate standing in the doorway and smiling. Excuse me, I have a job to go to now.
I bet you look adorable in an apron. How about I go with you, beautiful?
Nate leaned in closer and I shoved him away. Get away from me, you creep!
Just one kiss. Luna doesn't have to know.
Luna doesn't have to know what, babe?
Luna put her arms around Nate, but I pulled her away. Your sleazy boyfriend just tried to kiss me behind your back.
Ha 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 ha, you're funny. Rain, but I know Nate and boring and nerdy isn't his type. Don't be jealous. You'll have a boyfriend soon too.
Yeah, don't be jealous, Rain.
Luna and Nate started to leave, but I grabbed Luna's arm. You're such an idiot. I've been at the bakery by myself for the past few days. You have to help out this afternoon.
Okay, sis, I'm just taking Nate to the spa and then I'll come back.
Yeah, drop your cheating boyfriend off at the spa. Luna ignored me, but did come to the bakery later. I left her alone so I could run to the library and study. But an hour later, I got a call.
Rain, come back quickly. The bakery's on fire.
I felt as if someone had pulled the ground from under my feet. I immediately called a fire brigade and rushed back. How did this happen?
I don't know. I was baking cupcakes, but the batter overflowed and first the oven caught fire. And then...
Luna, how stupid can you be?
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
Just then, Mom arrived on the scene too. The fire brigade managed to put out the fire, but by then, everything was lost. No one had dinner that night. Mom's eyes were puffy from crying. But neither Luna nor Nate said a word. It's okay, Mom. We'll build everything again.
But it will take months. How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to send you girls to school?
I hugged Mom and stayed with her the whole night while Luna shut herself up in her room with Nate. Nate was leaving the next afternoon. before his flight, Luna blindfolded him and led him to our back alley.
Ta-da! I bought you a car, babe!
Are you serious? How'd you get me a car?
My dad sends me a huge allowance. I spent all of mine on this car for you.
Are you kidding me? That money could have helped pay off damages to Mom's bakery that you burnt down.
I ordered the car a month ago and Rain, the bakery fire was an accident. I already feel horrible about it, but you keep making me feel worse.
I don't think you feel bad at all. You never even apologized to Mom while you were living your perfect fancy life with Dad. It was really hard for Mom to start her business from scratch, and I always had to be an adult. And you'll always be a spoiled brat who wrecks everything. I spent the next 13 hours studying like crazy, and when I wasn't studying, I tidied my room. I had to get my mind off Luna, and I had to stop worrying about Mom. Finally, at night, Mom came into my room.
Sweetie, take a break and relax.
How can I relax? We lost the family business in a fire because Luna's an irresponsible lunatic.
It's not that simple, Rain.
What do you mean?
Honey, Luna got diagnosed with bipolar disorder last month. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to worry you. People who are bipolar do crazy things sometimes. Then they get really tired and sometimes even sad. It's why Luna sleeps so much and has trouble doing schoolwork.
What? Why would you guys hide that from me?
It was her decision. And honey, trust me, Luna feels terrible about the bakery. Go easy on her, okay?
That night, I couldn't sleep. Why hadn't Luna told me about her condition? Was I a bad person for getting mad at her? The next day, Luna knocked on my door while I was studying.
Mom said she told you about my diagnosis. I'm sorry I kept it a secret from you. I was just so ashamed.
But why, Luna? I'm your sister.
Yeah, my perfect sister who never makes mistakes or fails at anything. I came back to you guys because Dad and his wife couldn't handle having me around. You don't know what it's like to be a disaster like me.
I ran over to hug Luna. I had no idea she'd been suffering, and I'd been so tough on her.
Oh, also about Nate. I'm taking back the car from him and giving the money to Mom. I'm so sorry I didn't believe you. I caught him texting with some other girl too.
He's a jerk!